Asked Thierry, Jamie and Micah to select their Champions League era best teams ever. There was, you don't know which teams each other picked, right? There was some agreement, there was some disagreement. Two teams that you all three agreed on. Let's take a look at what we got then. So Real Madrid 2018 was one of those. Jamie, your reasons why?
Well, it wasn't just for that season. They had an era of winning sort of 3 or 4 European Cups really close together. I think Zidane being involved. I was at this final. And I think the role of Gareth Bale, certainly on that night, the role of Cristiano Ronaldo at that stage of Real Madrid, they are synonymous with winning the Champions League. And to have that sort of era, just on the back of Barcelona having a similar type of era, really with special players. And not remembered as so much as a great team, but maybe a team of individuals.
Yeah, but if you win it free on the bounce, you've got to be a great team. So I agree with everything that Jamie said. They was actually my number 1 pick, to be honest. I think they're the best. If you win it 3 consecutive years, you've got to be one of the best teams. Definitely.
One of, or you said it was the best thing, you said one of.
Well, I'm a bit younger than you, do you know what I mean? I'm not seeing everything.
Thierry, your thoughts?
No, it's simple for me. 3 in a row. You got to be in. You got to be in it. I mean, to win one is already difficult. To make one final, but to win it 3 times. So I went with that team, that era of winning 3 in a row.
So one of the other teams, the only other team that you all three agreed on was Barcelona 2009, a team that you played in, I believe, Thierry. But Jamie, talk to us about why you picked this one.
This is the greatest team I've ever seen. It is the Pep Guardiola team. Obviously Thierry there, Messi's there, and yeah, I mean, I think that team and that manager changed football. And I think we're still seeing that today, the way teams play. I think we saw things with that team that we'd never seen before in terms of how the game was played. I think also the influence it had on the Spanish national team, one of the best teams we've ever seen, winning a World Cup and 2 European Championships as well. So that for me is the greatest club team of all time.
Now that you've checked your notes, Micah?
No, yeah, it says exactly that. I've got all the notes there. They're coming second for me. They're second for me. Xavi and Iniesta, they started it. I mean, we talk about Xavi, we talk about midfielders. Xavi, we need to put some respect on Xavi's name because he started that tick-a-tacker. Iniesta come after him, and them two are the same team. Brilliant.
It's all right.
But how was that to play on a team like that Jamie says just incredible?
For me, I understood something when I went to Barcelona. I remember, people talking about the academy, and every time I was like, why are they talking about the academy all the time? Like, we're also part of this. But to dominate world football, the way we were playing that year, and people were stopping me in the street, not talking about what we won, but how we won. And the way we were playing is contagious. But having said that, to dominate world football and having a lot of players coming from the academy, not a lot of clubs can say that. And this is why, obviously, I'm biased because I played in that team, but it's generally one of the best that I've seen, yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. But for the reason that I mentioned, having players from the academy, for me, will always give an edge when you dominate in world football.
That 2 of you agreed on, so sticking with Barcelona, Thierry and Jamie, both of you had 2011 as well, Barcelona 2011.
I think that performance at Wembley, I think was, along with another team I've picked, possibly the most one-sided or best performance I've actually seen in a final. Maybe something similar to the one we've just seen with Thierry, but this game at Wembley, watching this Barcelona team, and when I say this team changed football, this is the greatest team of all time, I'm talking of that era. I'm not just talking about Thierry's team, I'm also putting that team together in some ways. It was just, 2 or 3 players slightly different, but it was that Pep Guardiola changing football, Messi in that position, Xavi, Iniesta, so many of the same players. I mean, that era for me is the greatest.
That final in 11, Man United. I mean, if Man United didn't meet Barcelona so many times in the final, I think they would have had 1 or 2, maybe. No disrespect to any other team, but they couldn't grab the ball. They just couldn't grab the ball. They didn't know what to do. And to do that to Man United at that time is crazy. And if we move on to 15, I mean, that front 3 was just
Messi,
ridiculous.
Neymar, Suarez.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous. I was at that final, working. And seriously, Juve looked like they were about to do something, but they just couldn't. And the way they win it, how they were playing, passing the ball to each other, Rakitic scoring the first goal, assist from Iniesta. I mean, they did a treble on the obviously that year. It was just once again football at its best. And again, for me, and I know I'm repeating myself, a lot of players from the academy, once again.
Well, that's, I think, another reason that you also picked the Ajax 1995 team.
And for me, that's number one. And I know, I obviously, I played for Barca and you know, but that Ajax team all went to have great careers individually.
I know you voted for them as well, but also from the year before, you also voted for the 1994 AC Milan side, Jamie.
Until Barcelona came along with Pep Guardiola, this for me was the greatest club team I'd ever seen. And again, I go to 94, they beat Barcelona in the final 4-0. Johan Cruyff's famous Barcelona, I think Guardiola was playing. I mean, to beat Barcelona 4-0, that was the dream team of Barcelona. But this Milan team, Tassotti picks it up because the legend of Baresi was suspended for the final. But again, it's like Barcelona. I'm not just talking about that team. This started in 1989 when they won the European Cup in 89 and 90. Arrigo Sacchi, Fabio Capello comes in. They then get to the first three finals, I think, of the Champions League with AC Milan. They lost 2 finals and they won that one. So that was a team who dominated Europe like Barcelona did.
Go on, Mike, a cool, young, modern. Bring us up to date.
Bayern 2020. They've got to be in there. No robbery, no rubery.
No robbery!
No
robbery!
No
Can I go to the
rubery.
live?
And Coleman,
no robbery.
he gets the winner.
The final result was a robbery.
But to do this with none of the, let's say, the greatest individuals apart from Lewandowski, who scored a hatful of goals, this team has to be given credit, definitely.
Terry doesn't want to know you anymore.
Woo! What's wrong, Terry?
Robbery and robbery. Robbery. Batman and Robin.
Woo!
Anyway.
Our teammate, Peter Schmeichel, might enjoy your other choice.
Oh, yes, I've gone with a 99. See, I do remember this. This was Ferguson, one of the greatest ever to do it, and that team needs some respect.
So let's take a look at then at the overall graphic. We put this together.